What a man, Neal Maupay, Premier League striker, and a man that everyone loves to see doing a bit of winding up on the pitch. He does a bit of winding up on social media, and I am delighted to say that he joins us live now on talkSPORT. Neal Maupay, how are you, sir?
Hello, Lee. Hello, Rory. Thank you for having me. I'm very good, thank you. Enjoying my time off.
I was going to say, you on a bit of a holiday at the moment? You on a break?
I'm home in France, but I'm from south of France, so it's holiday already, so don't need to go anywhere. Enjoying the time with the family.
Lovely. And it's interesting, Neal, because just after that England squad announcement where a couple of players missed out, the likes of Grealish and Maddison, I saw you were practicing some darts on your social media. Is that right?
Yeah, I was playing some darts with some friends. Nothing wrong with it, is it?
I love that. Do you know when that was posted, I just couldn't believe it. Immediately, that went into about 3 different WhatsApp groups that I'm in. It just landed everywhere, didn't it? It was perfect. All tongue in cheek, presumably, Neal. All done through the lens of good nature.
But that's the thing. I don't know how people see it really, but for me, it's just like it's not deep. Like I'm just having a bit of banter. It's a bit of a laugh, and like there's nothing personal. There's nothing deep, and you know, I like to give something, but I can receive as well. So it's for me, it's just fun. I'm just like that, you know. I like a bit of banter with my mates, and that's just how it is. It's not because I'm like a professional footballer that I can't do it. That's how I see it. So I don't know how people react to it, but that's me, and I just gonna be me regardless.
Well, yeah, to be honest, Neal, I think especially with the neutral fan, you seem to be becoming a bit of a cult hero, really, with the way that some of these that go about. Just out of interest with the Maddison one, because that one was pretty high profile when you scored in the Tottenham game at Tottenham and you copied the dart celebration of James Maddison. Out of interest, how premeditated was it? How long were you thinking about doing that before you actually did it on the pitch?
I actually didn't think about it before. The thing is, I always celebrate, like I score and I celebrate with like the thing that goes through my mind at the time. So I don't have like one celebration. I like to do like a bit of everything really. So when I scored, I was running towards the like corner fly, and I was watching them fans, and obviously they were angry at me because I scored and their team were 1-0 down. So I don't know, straight away, like, I don't know how my brain worked at the time, but it just like went through my mind, like, oh, let's do the dart celebration. Like, it wasn't towards Maddison. It was just like one of the players does that celebration, so I'm just going to do it.
Amazing.
Really,
do you know what, Neal? You know, when that happened, it felt like when Brennan Johnson then scored and they celebrated, it felt like they were being quite serious. Did you get the impression that it was it was all a bit, it was the banter involved had been removed a touch?
That was even funnier because like, how do you take a celebration so personal? Like, I don't know.
Were you surprised by how much they reacted?
Yeah, and before that game, I don't know now because I'm cool with everyone. Like, I don't have no problem with no one. But I don't think before that, like, I was pretty like cool with Maddison every time we played each other. But like, relax, it's just a celebration. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. And like all them players after they won the game, they came to me, they said blah blah blah, and I was like, seriously,
does
guys,
it bother you things like that?
Bigger. Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But in my hand, I was like, you've got bigger things to worry about, like about my celebration. Just won the game, just enjoy it, like. And then I don't know. Like, for me.
Yeah, is there real
fun.
beef there now, or do you chat to him? Would you chat to him before a game?
I don't know. You need to ask him. Like from my side, I've got no problem with him or with anyone. And if I know, like when I do things like that, then when I lose the game or if I end up losing or whatever, or miss a chance or whatever, they will come at me, and that's fine. I can take it because that's how it works. And for me, football is a game. And you know, growing up playing football, I was doing the same stuff and. Like, I don't want to stop now, but when I do something it's not personal, it's just like sometimes to get an advantage or sometimes to, I don't know, make fun and just enjoy myself.
It's funny because in that little piece we heard just before you came on, Neal, we heard Kevin Nolan, who had a bit of a run-in with, I think, as well when he was at West Ham, saying that actually you're very good at it as well. You also did that amazing one at Chelsea where you ran past the ball.
That was a wind-up. that when he was warming up.
Listen. This one is because Stamford Bridge, the warm-up area is too tight. It's too tight.
You aren't seriously trying to justify this on geographical grounds.
It's too tight. I'm sorry. Like I've got white feet. And I don't know. The outside of my foot just touched the ball. Didn't mean to.
Is that which one are you most proud of, out of interest? Which one are you most proud of doing?
I don't know. There's so many. I can't lie. But it's not like I'm trying to, I don't know, set the bar. I just do what goes through my mind, and that's how I live my life. I feel something, I will say it. I want to do something, I will try to do it. And so there's no like competition in myself. Like I just do what I want, really, or what goes through my mind again.
Neal, can I ask you a question now? Cards on the table.
Of course you can. Goodison
Park, Neal Maupay, Zinchenko. What did you say? What did I say?
I can't remember.
Something has happened.
No, because I think we were in very bad situation, and I was just trying to waste time, really, and because we were 1-0 up and we were desperate for the win. But I didn't say much, and then actually after the game I spoke with Zinchenko and we were cool, so it was just a bit of a hit of the moment.
Yes. Neal, is there ever a moment where it goes too far? I'm especially asking you this because I remember on your Twitter after, I think Manchester United beat Coventry and Anthony cupped his ears at the Coventry players. And even you on your social media said, well, even I wouldn't have gone that far. Is there a time where you can go too far?
Listen, I don't know. It depends when you mean, like, what you mean by too far. I don't think that was too far because that wasn't like, you're not like, I don't know, hating someone or like swearing to someone. So, but it's just like, it was just funny because you're Man United, like you just beat Coventry on a penalty shootout, and I don't know, it's just like you're supposed to beat them, and you need to be fighting for the title, you need to be fighting for the Champions League, and just to get to the cup final or semi-final, whatever, beating Coventry and do that celebration, even especially when you're not like one of the Man United main players. So you don't really play, you don't score, and then I don't know, you do that. So that was just funny, but I don't think he crossed the line. There's not, it's football. Sometimes you like to give a bit of celebration to the other team.
And the thing is as well, Neal, like you said earlier, you don't just give it out, you can take it as well, and you give it to yourself as well. One of my favourite things I've seen recently on your Twitter was France said that they were about to do their big squad announcement for the Euros, and you just put, don't worry lads, I've cleared my schedule, I'm waiting by the phone. Did it ring?
Mate, I was going to call EE because my phone was off the whole night. I thought there was a service problem, but apparently not. But no, anyway, what's funny is, like sometimes I see comments like on that one, or like, they will never call you. You're so bad, you can't score. They will never call you. I'm like, do you not get the joke? Like, obviously, I'm posting that. I know I'm not going to get called up. I haven't been called up and I haven't scored enough this season to be called up. I know it for a fact. But don't you get the joke? So that's even funnier because people bite so quick on social media. It's actually funny.
Yeah, I'm sure you love it.
Neal, does it ever bother you? Like there's been various moments where it actually looks like it's getting quite aggressive. Like there was a moment with Emi Martinez where he was, at one point he's sort of gripsing you up, he's dragging you by your top. Yeah. At any point, does it bother you, or do you just get on with it? And it's almost mission accomplished, isn't it? The Arsenal players, I think during COVID in an empty stadium, I remember the Arsenal players going wild. Does it ever get to you?
But that's the thing. Like, what I do is not like. It's not physical, but with Martinez, when he grabbed me, I was like, that's too far because you can't be grabbing someone, like literally pulled me from the floor by my shirt. So I was like, that's a bit too much. Like, you can't do that. But afterwards, he apologized to me and I was like, do you know what? I move on. But for me, I don't know. I feel like I never crossed the line. What I do sometimes, of course, players get angry at me, and I get it. But like if you're in football, especially around Premier League, and you know some players or you work in football club, they know what I say or what I do, and actually, like most of the people like love it and I like think it's funny because it's nothing deep, never deep for me. So.
Neal, if I ask you as well about the Euros coming out, I'm so sorry you missed out on the France squad, mate.
I'm good.
But in terms of the England squad, we've been saying on the show tonight, it's been a bit savage from Gareth Southgate. Were you surprised that Jack Grealish hadn't made it into that squad?
I don't know, but when I look at the England squad, there's so many good players, and you've got to pick 26 players, right? And also, the Euros, I think for me, is the 26 players in form. And when you look at the squad, I don't think Grealish is in his best form at the minute. And there's players like, I don't know, Cole Palmer, Foden, and all them forwards that have been scoring a lot towards the end of the season. So obviously, when you've got like 30 or 35 top players, some good players are going to miss out the squad. But I guess as a manager, you got to make a decision, and you can't bring 20 forwards as a team.
And in terms of France as well, what do you make of their chances? And there was, I think, maybe a bit of controversy about N'Golo Kante getting into the squad just because of the strength of your midfield.
I was actually surprised because he hasn't been called up for a couple of years now. But Kante he's always been a top player for France, and I think in a squad he's just like such a good teammate. You can see him always smiling, and he will always do the job for the team. So, and I think when you're a manager, like especially Deschamps, he likes to rely on players he knows really well, like the likes of Giroud, Griezmann, Kante. He knows them really well, so that's why he picked him, a bit of experience. But I think he's still a good player. I saw him the other day when we played. Obviously, we played a small team, Luxembourg, but he played really well. So looking forward to see him in the Euros.
And just finally, Neal, if France do beat England in, let's say, a quarter-final in the Euros, just how unbearable are you going to be to the England fans on social media?
I don't know. I've got a few memes ready. I think I've seen something that we can face each other in the semis. I think, or something like that.
We can. We get each other in the semis.
That'd be brilliant. But depends where I watch the game. Because if I watch the game in England, which I will be, I've got to be careful, right? I don't want to be run down by 20 players, 20 English fans in the street. So I've got to be careful. I stay on my phone. I go home and then get on my phone like this.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Neal Maupay, thank you so much for your company, and good luck for the future, mate.
What a breath of fresh air. Thank you so much, Neal. It's amazing.
Guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for having me, and I'll see you soon.
Amazing.
Top man, Neal Maupay.
Absolute gent.
Absolute
and
gentleman.
Such a breath of fresh air. In an era where so many footballers, it's so PR'd, it's just so predictable, isn't it? Neal, what a wonderful breath of fresh air to the Premier League.
And every single fan, come on, I don't care who you support. You love a wind-up merchant.
Absolutely.
He's taken it to a level where even if he was doing it to my team, I would probably enjoy
absolutely.
it. I would probably.
And he gets it so right as well.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.